All right, we're out of the Losole house. I just met with Dawn today, but basically this video should help basically kind of understand what the scope of work is, kind of some of the things that we identified, and just be a guide to the project here. So beautiful house here in Encino Park, and just looking to done a bunch of work inside, and they're just looking to update and upgrade the exterior with the Hardie material. So that's kind of what we're looking at. They had it painted probably, I think Don said, within about 5 years or so. So the paint is still relatively good, and being that the siding is in the condition that it is, we can kind of use that to a benefit and do what we'd refer to as a conservative tear off. So we will not have to completely tear down to the studs. All the trim, however, that's exterior exposed now will come off. So window, door, vent, corner trim, all that will come off and will be replaced with the James Hardie 1x4 trim. We'd be looking at doing a kind of a combination of materials here. A good portion of the body, probably 90% of everything except for the front of the house here in these two dormers, would be a Select Sierra 8 vertical board. And then on the front here, probably as of right now, would be kind of like a Colonial Rough Sawn 8 1/4 board. So that's kind of what we're thinking, at least as of right now. But basically, like, we talked about here, we can do the Tyvek right over these areas that aren't rotten. There are a couple places that we would be doing we'd be doing a fascia overlay everywhere. There are a couple places this corner separated. There's a couple other places that corner has separated a little bit. So we do some kind of rehab work on the fascia, and then we would do a fascia overlay. So the result would be that, again, the all exterior faces of the fascia board would become Hardie material. Got rock down below, so no issue there, and everything above would be the Select Sierra 8. The gutters, the gutters that are on the house would be coming down, and they'll be replacing the gutters. The roof is new. The roof is probably a year or two old, so got to take care of that and make sure that we treat that accordingly. All the trim work under here, under the porch, all this trim out work here, all the way across, all the porch ceiling, these shutters, there's 2 pairs of shutter around the front window here, as well as the side light and the front door would all be painted, and that would include the porch ceiling up under here. So you can see all the porch here. That would all be painted as part of the project, and would include this being done in the siding, in the horizontal siding, as well as these aprons over the windows, the front door, and the other window down here. So that's kind of what we'd be doing on the front porch. The storm door would obviously have to be removed and reinstalled. It's a nice Anderson door, so we're very familiar with that product. And we would reinstall the storm door after we painted the front door and the side light. Coming over to the garage here. The garage door frames, there is a little bit of rot, so definitely be a worthwhile thing to have that wrapped in the Hardie. So we would do that on all the garage door frames. You can see the rot down here. You may not be able to pick it up in the video, but it's there. So all that would be wrapped in Hardie. Again, the aprons above the garage door frames would all become Hardie plank in the same horizontal as we would do up on the dormers up there. And then, of course, this gutter would be coming down as well. All gutter on the house would be coming down and would be eventually replaced by a company of their choosing. Coming back to the dormers real quick, those would be horizontal siding. Kind of like the trim color up there with that contrasting red, matches the front door. Kind of cool thing. We didn't talk about this, Dawn, but basically y'all would have the option to consult with a true color designer. So if you wanted some input, her name is Jordan. She's fantastic in terms of making suggestions and recommendations on updating color schemes and profiles and all that. So But all these two dormers here would be completely, even the little part that sets back to the kind of that roof, that mansard looking roof kind of deal, that would all be the Hardie plank as well, right here on the sides of these dormers. And of course the fascia overlay would be done on the fascia, and the soffit everywhere would be painted. So that's pretty much the front. Coming around here, over to this side, again you can see where some of the rot is. That sidewall siding is just smashed right in down to the roof. So as you'd expect, there is rot there. This is one of the areas where we would want to do some sort of tear off, because Don said he's had to go up here at that flashing line and had to push nails back in, and boards have curled out. So I think it'd be wise there to at least inspect, rather than just doing a kind of a full nail over indiscriminately. Just inspect that area, make sure that there's been no water infiltration into the wall cavity before we do the installation of the Hardie. Gable vent trim looks like a bathroom window. Those would all be wrapped again in the Hardie 1x4. And then we have this other gable down here that again would be addressed the same way. Gable vent would be retrimmed in Hardie, and all the siding would be, this is all a great candidate for overlay right here. All in good shape, no signs of any kind of deterioration or rot. So that's what would happen there. We're going to go around now. We'll go ahead and take a peek at the back.